Morning, Judy. Don't think I'm very straight at the moment. Morning, Caroline. Ooh. This bodes well, doesn't it? I was faffing around because it won't let me put a description. Normally I put things, you know, like fairy hugs or sentimental yours, and I don't know, they've changed. Facebook's changed, so it didn't show me the keyboard, so I don't know what's going on. Hi, Alison. Did we all remember to do the clocks? I mean, most of them go automatically, don't they? So I was very happy that everything was that I needed except for the oven. I'd already changed this morning. Morning, Josephine. Yeah, I got home just after 8 last night. Or just before 8, sorry, last night. So I was very, very happy to have the extra hour this morning because I woke up and looked at the clock and the clock said 7 o'clock and I thought, no, I don't want to get up at 7 o'clock. And then I realised it was really 8 o'clock, so that was all right. Hi, Mags. Hi, Leslie. Oh, I ought to really put something in front of me so you can see it, haven't I? Let's have a look. What have we got? Oh, I've got my journal somewhere. Where is my journal? Don't tell me I've lost that. That's going to drive me nuts. Oh, there it is. It would be a disaster if I lost my journal. So, it's Halloween, isn't it? But we're not doing Halloween because we've done Halloween. So, remember, we've got the 3 kitties here from the Halloween collection. I love the 3 kitties. So, we are looking at the brand new collection. Hi, Jean. And the new collection is kind of book related. So everything's kind of aimed at reading. Yes, we did have a wonderful day with Mr. M, didn't we? It's a bit of a shame I'm not there today, actually. I would have liked to have done the 2 days, but, you know, needs must and all that. Yeah, it's been very, very wet and windy here too, Jennifer. So as I say, it's all book themed. So we've got a fairy library. And we've got some book flowers. We've also got the Path of Knowledge here. This is the one that I posted today on social media. You know, I didn't really look at all the fact that it had got kind of grass all around it. So I thought it's just something upwards that she can sit on. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's all magical anyway. So, you know, whatever your mind takes you. This is Olivia. And we've got, this is the Tree of Knowledge, which is, I think it's going to be really, really popular because it's really, really different. So you've got all the open books, the closed books, and, you know, not a lot of colouring to do, easy colouring to do. We've got some vines. These are the Willow Vines. We've got 2 sentiments. We've got the Between the Pages and the Relaxed sentiment. Both are very, very book related, obviously. Dandelion Grass is the new one as well. What's this lady called? I can't remember what this one's called. Oh, she's sitting on the stack of books. Oh, she's called Liana. That's what she's called. Remember that the guy who owns Fairy Hugs, his kids actually name all the characters. So it's quite interesting when we get... yeah, they are very different, aren't they, Caroline? I really like them. So Alina's obviously reading a book. She's sitting on the stack of books. We've got Cherry Branches, which is a new one as well. Oh no, this is the one I posted today, isn't it? Yeah, this is the one I posted today. See, I've done it twice with the pathway going into the air, and the fairy library suspended because it's magical, isn't it? And of course, instead of having smoke out the chimney, we've got the butterflies out the chimney. This is in the background is the Fairy Dictionary, which has got loads of definitions. So it tells you the definition of a fairy and various other things as well. So it's a really good background stamp, but it does actually say things as well. And so then we're on to this way. This is Magoo. He's the new dragon. And this is the open book. And there is a little fairy who we'll look at in a minute, Lorella. And I'm sure she's called Lorella. Oh, if I could remember. By the time I finish the one day special, I will remember all of the fairies' names. Yeah, Lorella is the little one, and she can perch on the book. This here is called Fairy Liana, I think. It's like a vine. I ought to really look at what that means, but it's great for filling in. We've got a big flower here. This is your dogwood blossom, really pretty. And then we've got there's a set of two. There's stamps, which is your lily blooms. So you've got an actual flower on a stem, and then you've got a little bud on a stem as well. And we've got our little Alina again on the stack of books, and this is Lorella. She's very sweet, very sweet. She looks like she's probably about 5 years old, and she's obviously sitting listening to a story that's being read to her. And that's all my journal pages. I won't show you all my tags and things, but do remember that if you are actually a Happy Planner fan, you can actually do yourself a Happy Planner layout as well. No, that tree doesn't tell you how to make money, sorry. So I've just done, I've stamped the, we've got a snail library. So I've stamped the snail library on the bottom of one of my Happy Planner pages, and just used one of the book flowers to make a border. And I'm going to build a list of books to read. I'll probably put this in my planner for next year. I'll fill it, you know, definitely want to read the, it's called The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Mosiman, is that his name? The guy from, not Countdown, what's it called? You know, that quiz show that they have to, is it called Countdown? No, it's not. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I'm sure you know what I mean. Yeah, and there's some other books as well that I want to read, so I'll build myself a list and I can tick them off. And it's always nice to tick them off, because when you've read them on your Kindle, you don't actually know what you've read, do you? Pointless. That's the one. His book. That looks really good. Anyway, so yeah, you make bookmarks, obviously, tags and things. I will show you these actually while we're waiting for people to join. So I have actually done a few tags. These are my Studio Light tags. I have got the Oriental and the Classic tag on my website, and they're just great for your bookmarks or tags, whichever you want. We've also got this one here. I'll just show you. We've got hammock, fairy hammock, and this little fairy is called, I got the Richard bit right, didn't I? What's she called? Oh, I'll find it in a minute. Kira, that's what she's called. So yeah, lots of things that you can do with them. Love them. And I know that some people were into the Halloween collection, but obviously this kind of, if you love reading, and let's face it, it's a great escape, isn't it? Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? I love books. I mean, I used to have a lot of books. I still do have a fair amount. We used to have a room in our last house that was just a library, just full of books, and you know, a sofa to sit on. And Catherine's got one, my daughter, she's got a room like that, which is that, you know, all the bookcases have to be pushed to one side for me to go and sleep in there. But yeah, so books are fab. But I do have a Kindle now, so I can read before I close my eyes and go to sleep. So let's start very, very simple. Obviously I've got quite a lot to do today. I am pretty organised, so I should be fine. So let's start really simply. This is just a piece of the Sentimentally Yours super smooth watercolour card. The Pope's Son. Is it? Oh, I'll have a look at that then, Jean. Thank you. I always like a recommendation of a book. I like kind of romantic comedies, that sort of thing. Really, I think they're called chick lit, aren't they? Really easy reads. Because Although the one I'm reading at the moment just keeps on making me laugh, so it's not very relaxing really, is it, if you're just chortling away. Anyway, this measures 5 inches across and 5.5 inches down, and it's a proper card, so we're going to make a proper card. So we're going to just use our gel plate, and this is just so simple. This is a 4-inch round gel plate. I do have a couple of these left on my website, and the decision is to know which colour to go for in my distress. Decisions. So I'm going to just use, what should I use? I don't know if that, let's use the new one. Let's use Villainous Potion, which I keep on calling Villainous Purple. This is regular distress. It's not distress oxide, because I don't like, I mean, I love my oxides, but I don't like the way that black ink changes colour when it's not on an oxide. So, you know, there's a different colour to being on and off type. Yeah, I like chick flicks too. I love chick flicks. I'm watching one at the moment. I started watching last night, but I was too tired. And it's got somebody from the Scary Movie in. Oh, What's Your Number? I think it's called, on Netflix. And Chris Evans is in it. Martin Freeman's in it. Chris Pratt's in it. So there's a few well-known people. There's only really Chris Evans that's got a big part though. So I'm just browning this. You won't be able to see very much, but I'm just browing it. There is some on there, honestly. As we brow that off, you can see that there was colour on it. It's a really nice purple, the Villainous Potion. Do remember to actually clean it properly before you go on another colour. And of course we want some splats. So let's get this. Oh, I forgot to fill up my water thing. Hopefully I've got some left from yesterday. I used loads of water yesterday over at Phil's shop. If you do get the opportunity to visit Sheffield, and I would highly recommend going to Phil's shop. As you'd expect, it's very tasteful. It's absolutely beautiful. All kitted out in beautiful duck egg blue, and it's just elegant. It's lovely. You know, if you went to the Sheffield store or the Nottinghamshire store, it's like that but bigger. And yeah, it's great. But today's just ticket only because it's one of the opening days. So I'm just flicking water onto my gel plate to get some splats. I got my fan brush from Amazon if you're interested. And we're just going to print that onto our card blank. Yeah, Josephine, that's why I've got my Kindle, because I turn my light off. I put my big print on because I can't, my eyesight to read isn't very good, so I put big print on and turn my light off, and I have my Kindle on until I feel really tired. Then I just stick it under my pillow and go to sleep. So we're going to print that there, and we've got all those splodges splaying out in to make a design, and then we can just peel that off, and there's our jelly print. Obviously you'll need to clean that off as well, just under some water. Christmas cakes. That's a bit early, isn't it? Right, so let's do some stamping. So this is the Fairy Dictionary, which is a lovely, it's like a long stamp. This is probably the most expensive of the stamps. So it measures just under 6 inches. So it's like 5 7/8 inches by 2 3/4 inches. So it's a really big stamp. Thank you, Josephine. It was lovely. Drive home wasn't too bad. Just about just under 2.5 hours, so it wasn't too bad. I need a block. I've got loads of blocks down here. A long one, that will do. Now, I've been tending to stamp these in archival because I've got this thing about putting something on top of VersaFine Clair. It drives me nuts because sometimes the VersaFine Clair kind of bleeds a little bit into the other colour, so I just don't like that. It just drives me nuts. So we are on a purple theme. So, let's use this one. Archival will stain your stamps, just like Versatile Claire. I'm not too worried about that. We will look to see how this looks, because sometimes my archivals are a bit dry. I don't know why they suddenly go dry. It's because they dry very quickly. That's probably what it is. And you're dealing with a big stamp here to ink up. It doesn't have to be perfect, but let's just do it on a scrap piece of paper first and see how it looks. So we've got the definition of fairy, we've got the definition of magic, we've got woodland, we've got what, I don't know what that says, hug, because we are dealing with fairy hugs, aren't we? What does that say? I don't know what that says, because that's, we'll have a look in a sec. It says book. To enter, write or register so as to engage transportation or reserve lodgings. Oh yes, of course, you'd book a booking, wouldn't you, at a hotel or something? Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, reading that? Yeah, studio light tags. I've got the Oriental and I've got the Classic in stock on my website at the moment. The other two aren't on the UK distributor website, and the decorative ones, which is a little bit disappointing, and neither are the DIY blocks. I'll be surprised, as they're Christmas themed, if they actually do appear, which is a bit of a shame. So let's have this. So it's just over here. I am doing this freehand because I'm not bothered if I get it all or not, because it's just like a bit of a background. Clip it nice and purple. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I've got a little bit missing there. That's absolutely fine. I like that. That works. Right, so that's your fairy dictionary. I hope you don't mind, I'm going to put these away as we go, so that I don't have a massive clear up and I run out of time, because I've got to leave by 3 today. Fortunately, I think all my roads are open this weekend. It's next weekend they're not, which is a little bit of a nuisance. Right, so that's my fairy dictionary. And obviously you could do that on a whole background. You can use that. You can use this with anything at all, because you don't necessarily need to read it. It's quite interesting if you read it, but you don't need to. So for my main image, I thought we'd bring in our snail library, because Catherine loves snails. She's a bit of a snailaholic. I know she's still watching or not. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Right, so of course I've got my squeaky stamping platform. As per, it would not be one of my Facebook Lives without a squeaky platform, would it? Right, let's see. Oh, actually, I'll put that one there. I have got the magnets on my website, the spare ones, because with your stamping platforms you just get 2 magnets, whichever one you buy. Whether it be the Studio Light one, you know, this one's the Hampton Arts one, or the Press to Impress on Class 2. You only get 2 magnets, but these are this type, the kind of light pink, are Crafts 2, and I've got them on my website. So that's where you can find them. So we'll have a snail coming in here. Creek. And I will secure that just above the snail, so it's not going to go anywhere. We're going to stamp this in black with Nocturne Versafine Clay. I have, hopefully, fingers crossed, on Friday ordered some reinkers for the Nocturne Versafine Clay. There's only the black, this Nocturne, that I can get the reinker of. I don't actually know if Sukaniko do a reinker for the others or not, but I did order them on Friday and there was stock when I ordered them, so I'm keeping everything crossed that this week I get reinkers, because, you know, I use a black a lot and I replace my ink pad every couple of months because I do so much stamping. So if you're like me and you do a lot of stamping, you might want to watch out for the reading cow when it arrives. Oh, I missed a bit. Missed a book. Let's just go once more so it's a bit darker. The Fairy Hugs One Day Special launches today at 6 o'clock on the craft store. Then there's an 8 o'clock show. Both of these shows are scheduled to be with Scott. And then tomorrow at 8 AM and 12 noon, I'm with Adam. And then at the moment it's scheduled for Janice at 4 o'clock. Obviously things change, but that's how it's scheduled. And they will be available on my website from 6 PM tomorrow. So as soon as the ODS finishes, or you know, the opportunity to buy the one day special from the craft store disappears, then they will be available on my website, and they are in stock. I've got them downstairs already, so I'll start posting out on Tuesday. That's my snail library. Where to put the things for that? Here we go. Where is it? It's behind you. I think these are loads of fun. I think kids are going to like working with these as well. And it's a great, I suppose, an introduction to children to encourage them to use books, I think, if they've got a fun element. So I thought what we'd do, because we're dealing with black here, we'd stamp, oh no, let's do the between the pages, because the relaxed sentiment has got, is a finer font, and if we use the between the pages, it's going to pop a little bit more than that one. There's also some of the older stamps are on the show as well. Always Believe Something Wonderful is about to happen. That's on the show. There's also the About You sentiment and the Wisdom sentiment, and they all kind of will fit in with the book theme, I think, as well. So this one says, between the pages of a book is a lovely place to be. I know Josephine quite likes the sentiments that we've got going on here, and they're very appropriate. So let's see, hopefully we've got it straightish. Freak! I think it's getting worse. 7 PM on Sky, does it really? Well, it's wrong. You'd think, wouldn't you, that Sky would have actually sorted things out. Unless it's just the planner. Because one day specials always start at 6 o'clock. I don't know who's on at 7 actually. Oh, it's Lottie. Lottie's got a Happy Planner on today. So yeah, Lottie's on at 7. So she's drawn the short straw with the Strictly Results show being on at the same time, which is always a bit of a pain. There we go. Between the pages of the book is a lovely place to be. Oh, let's hope you don't miss it then. So do remember that if you're buying from the craft store, not only do you need to buy, if you it's actually the one day special you're buying, not only do you need to buy during the one day special hours, but also the stock will disappear off of the website tomorrow night, because the guys over in the States will be packing them on Tuesday so that they can get them over here, because sometimes the courier takes a little bit longer than you expect. So I thought we'd just bring in, just because this corner's a little bit empty, I mean we could stop there, it could be, that's fine as it is, but I thought we'd bring in our fairy Liana, which is the vine. I'll bring one of those in. I need another, because I'm going to go off the page. I need one of these. I must get, I'll place another order with Crafts 2 this week and get some more of these and more of the acetate pages and more of the stamping platforms as well. I'm fine for the magnets at the moment, so I don't need any more of those. Let's just put this in here. There to just pop this down like this. I'm doing this rather than freehand because I want to get this nice and deep. Just have it going off of the edge of the page there. We could bring it down a little bit so that it goes over the dictionary a bit more. Let's do that. Oops. Make sure it's well and truly anchored. Tap, 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 tap. And obviously you could do this on a bookmark if you wanted to. Or a tag. I think tags are bookmarks, really. That's fine. Okay, so that's that done. Opens and everything. So there's your number one. Isn't that easy? Really easy peasy. Honestly, they are a joy to work with, and they are photopolymer stamps. They're not acrylic stamps. They're going to last, as long as you take care of them, they're going to last you a long, 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 long time. Obviously, I don't clean mine because life's too short, but you can do. So I've used 1, 2, 3, 4 stamps on there. You could, if you wanted to, because on the shows there's also the condo dwellers. And the condo dwellers are the little tiny fairies, so you could bring some of those flying in if you wanted to, so they could be flying into the library. Let's put some on because we can, you know, just when you think I've finished I decided I haven't. So she's coming in to have a word with the pilot, who is obviously the snail. Then I don't think I've put these back on the right place. That one's standing, so she's going to be standing on top there. We're just bringing a couple. So we've got 2 lots of condo dwellers. We have condo dwellers, which has got a 5 on the set, which is this one that's on the shows. Then we've got condo dwellers 2, which has got 6 little fairies, and they're all different to the first set. And then we've got our witchy dwellers as well, which are the little witches that came out in Halloween. And also the fireflies would work very well as well with this. There we go. There's a couple of little fairies. Aren't they cute? I'm going to stop there. I'm going to step away from this one. This is, the sheet on the platform is a Crafts 2 product. So as I've just said, I'm going to order some more this week. So they should be on my website, hopefully by the end of this week, because Crafts 2 are pretty quick at sending things out. And you can also get an acetate one as well. Okay, so that's that one, all done and dusted. I'll photograph that one for you later. Then I had another idea, which I'm still kind of debating. So this is one of my Distress Oxide Backgrounds. I know a lot of you saw me yesterday at Phil's shop. So if you want me to show you how to make these backgrounds now, just say now, this second, and I will. If you're happy for me not to, then I'll just carry on doing the stamps. So I'll just grab the stamps I'm wanting to use. Relax. And what shall we use here? Now, Jean. Oh, you made me snort. Right, let's do that then. I'll only do an A5 sheet because I've got some more. I've got some more water. I've only got a little bit of water left. So let's just cut this in half. Right, so this again is the watercolour card from Sentimental Yours, and this is a clean way to use your Distress Oxide sprays. So I think I'm running out of green background, so I'm going to do it in greens, I think, and we will bring in a bit of decisions. Do you know, I haven't got all of the oxides, but it still takes me ages to decide what to use. Let's use bundled sage, salvage patina, and twisted citron. You're so funny. Achtung. You made me snort again. Yes, it's the Oxide sprays. I have got some distress spray stains on my desk as well, but I can't get many colours in the UK from distributors because I think they went out of fashion. I have got some dilutions as well, because this is a Diane Reevely technique, and it's in this book here, Distinctly Dilusional. So it's just a copy of what Diane's done in here. Where is it? It's this one. Scribbling Layers, that's what it is. So she's done hers with her dilutions, but I'm doing it with the oxides. I do like that book. I go to that book quite a bit. So with the Distress Oxide sprays, you need to agitate them because the pigment sits at the bottom. You don't have to worry too much because of what we're doing, because this is a clean way of using them. But don't ever do them, shake them so they go up and down, because you'll send the sort of chalky pigment up the nozzles, and that's how you get your bunged up nozzles, and nobody wants a bunged up nozzle. So let's see, what should we start with? Let's start with decisions. Let's start with bundled sage. So the first thing to do is to wet your card quite a lot, and then you just take the nozzle and you draw with the nozzle. You can see where the paper's very wet, where it moves around, and when it's not very wet, where it just stays where it is. Don't worry if you get splodges, that's absolutely fine. Remember, when Distress Oxide's dry, it is actually pretty dry. It doesn't normally go anywhere, because once it's oxidised, that's it, it stops. So just making sure that dry area is wet again. Then we'll take the next colour, but go into our salvage patina. I do tend to use 3 colours. I try and think about what might go together, but yesterday I used the 3 latest colours, so I used the Kitsch Flamingo, the Villainous Potion, and the salvage patina together, and that turned out nice. In fact, that's the one I think that we're using. So just drawing. I mean, you could kind of draw zigzags. You can do whatever you want to, but I tend to just do circles because that's what Diane did. They're still in a coma, are they? Oh, that's rubbish, isn't it? How have you tried using them, Jean? Have you tried are you stamping with them, or have you tried, or are you kind of using them sort of on a gel plate, or are you using them with your sponges to do a background? How are you trying to use them? Right, so that's my last colour. That's my Twisted Citron. So just where it's a little bit dry on the edge, just move it around a little bit, and then we take another piece of card and we pop that on top. This is how you get your twofer, and just give it a press or a squelch, however you want to do it. And the card does take a lot of water. It's very good, and it does dry flat. So then you get 2. So you've got this one here that's more kind of faded and splodgy. You know, if you don't like these bits at the side, you can just dab them off. And as you dab them off, you get the marks from your kitchen roll. So that's quite a cool thing to do as well. This one, which is the one that we actually drew on, where we've made a mark with the tubes, that's where you get the darker ink kind of tends to sit in those tube marks. So that's how you get that kind of scrolly effect. But an hour or so and that should be dry. Depends on how wet it is. That should be dry. Do make sure it's 100% dry if you're going to actually die cut it. But yeah, it's my kind of go-to background technique now. And I'll do it to death until I'm fed up of it. But it's you know, I hate going to find a box and trying to spray in a box. And when I lift it out of the box, I get absolutely filthy. And I mean, I love sprays. I absolutely love sprays. But I haven't really got space for a spray area. But yeah. Terminally ill, right. Okay, Jean, look, I'll email you later if that's okay, my love, and we'll sort something out. Okay, right, so that's that. So this is the one I'm going to use, and as I said, I believe that this is your Kitsch Flamingo, your Villainous Potion, and a bit of Salvage Patina in there. I think that's what it is. I've made so many backgrounds, I can't actually remember. So this is your Fairy Florals stencil from Fairy Hugs. It's not on the show, but I do have it on my website. So I think we might be using a little bit of that. I'm wanting to use the book flowers, but who knows whether I will or not. I'm thinking that we're going to have the fairy hammock here. This is how I do all my layouts, kind of thinking about it. I'm also thinking that this chappy, this is Hoots. I'm thinking he might want to sit on there. He might want to sit on there. I haven't decided yet. And then Kira is going to be lounging, reading a book. I mean, he's a huge owl, isn't he, compared to her? Yeah, you can get reinkers. You absolutely can get reinkers. But I'll sort it out with Jean, don't worry. Yeah, so we could do that. He is a little bit large though, isn't he? So I might not want to do that. Or what I might want to do is, there's so many choices. I might want to have, no, she's going to go there, definitely. I might want to, oh, I could have one of the book flowers up there like that. He could be stood on the book flower up there, and she could be down in the valley reading a book, but I don't really like that. Faff, 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 faff. I want to use Hoots, this is the problem. So we could have that like that. We could also bring in, we could bring in the Tree of Knowledge. That could be up here, like that. And then we could also bring in, or we could bring in Fairy Library. This is where I start going off a tangent. We could bring in the Fairy Library, but I think we're going to go with that there. Yes, they are. They are. I know, but it's proportions, isn't it? I don't know. It's all in your imagination. It's whatever you want to do. They can be whatever you want. Where are we? So, that's the one that's got the lily blooms. That's got the 2 things in it. So I don't know. We might bring that in there. I do like the butterflies. I do like them coming out of the chimney of the library. It's such a wonderful collection. There are 24 stamps. Oh, we're definitely going to use the vines. 24 stamps or stamp sets, because some of them have got pairs in them. I don't know whether we're bringing that as well. Choices. It's lovely. It's really lovely having loads of choices. Where's my other fairy? There she is. She looks like, if I put her there, looks like she's fallen out with her, doesn't she? So I can't do that. mean, she could be sat in there, but she doesn't look that relaxed, does she? Definitely this one, Kira, is meant to sit in the hammock. Definitely. They're making me giggle. They're just so funny. And the relaxed sentiment. Where's the relaxed sentiment gone? Did I get it out? I got a lot of things out, but I didn't get the relaxed sentiment. We'll stamp it in a minute, honestly, we will. There's just so much choice. I get spoilt for choice. Oh, and I like that one as well. The what's it? Oh, we could have a moon. We could have a moon as well. Because these are in. We could have that. Those are full moons, which is an existing one. Oh, where is that relaxed sentiment? Have I put it onto there? Come on, help me, guys. You know what I'm like. I've lost it. I'll find it in a minute, she says. The thing is, I am prepared because I did get it out and then I put it somewhere now. There it is. Right, you can stop looking now. Right, let's get something stamped. Otherwise, you're going to be here all day. Now, I've got a big pile of stamps there. I don't think we're using hoots, actually. I have made one with hoots. I'll show you that, though, in a sec. What did I do with it? I did a simple one with hoots, which I did put on Instagram. Oh, bang, sorry. There it is. So he works really well on top of the book flowers, doesn't he? It is called Tree of Knowledge. That's what it's called. Right, let's stamp. Right, first of all, we need to ground a little bit, I think. Otherwise, everything's going to look like it's floating. So let's get out my Lavinia Hills, which is just easier than using a piece of torn paper. So which one do I want to use? Do we want a big hill or a little hill? Oh, let's have that one. And a blending brush. And because of my phobia with VersaFine clays, we're going to use Hickory Smoke Regular Distress. I need to get some of those in. I think I've only got the mini at the moment. I need to get some bigger ones. I will expand my distressing big pads, I think, and get more of those in. So using the blending brushes from Craft Artist, I think we'll start up there like that. I do have these in stock as well. There's a pack of 2 large ones or 3 small ones. I don't have the Lavinia Hills though. Not anymore. They've gone now. There's a bit of a hill going on. Bit of ground. I'm bringing this one as well. Let's bring in the smaller one. Because we can. I must remember to clean that in a little while. If I leave the pad out, I'll remember. Tidy that up. Small ink. I do have some small ink pads. Not individually though. I've got some sets. I have the set that is the latest one, and I've got, I don't know, 15 or 3 or something. I don't know. They've all got different numbers. If you go into the Ranger section and then you select the distress products, then you should be able to find everything in there. So we want to pop the hammock so that it's actually on ground. So we have it quite low down. Oh, need to put it in the stamping platform, don't I? That'd be a good idea. We use the non-squeaky one. because I'm dealing with a bigger piece of card. Oh, we can actually secure that down there. Ooh, like that. And we will do them, I think we do them separately, then we can give each stamp the attention they deserve. Sticking with black. So you're on holiday again, June? You're always on holiday. That's what I need, a holiday. I've got this massive pile of stamps underneath me here now. If I move them, I won't be able to find what I want to use. Let's see how that's gone. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Give that a dab so I don't get very, very dirty fingers, which I will do anyway. Got quite a dry throat from yesterday, so much talking. I think I talked from 8 o'clock in the morning when I arrived, right the way through till 5:30 when I left. Now, I'm not too sure how we're going to get on with Kira, whether we're going to get disrupted with the lines that there are. So I have got one that's cut out separately as well. So let's see, let's have her. I don't want the lamp to get in the way. So I have her there, and we will do the Tree of Knowledge at the same time. So this is going to go in my journal. So this is actually 5 by 7 in size, inches obviously, because I don't do centimetres. And I do tend to do quite a few this size because it means that it's easy for me to store them. I don't tend to make that many cards if I can help it. I mean, I have done this time, and tags, but it's just easier if I do journal pages. I don't have time to watch A Place in the Sun. My mum used to love that programme, and there was a programme with is it Prunella Scales and Timothy West on the canals. She used to like that one as well. And Homes Under the Hammer, anything like that she loved. Oh, 60s weekend. Is that a 60s as in music, June? Or is that only over 60s can go? It probably equates to the same thing though, really, doesn't it? Give it a good old press. And my desk is squeaking. Let's see how we're doing. Actually, she looks pretty good on there. The lines haven't interfered with her. I'm going to get away without using one of my cutouts. Win-win. I might just go a little bit darker. Hopefully it's not moved. I'll do a little bit more on that one as well. Right, this is a relatively new ink pad, see, the 1st of October. So it's quite juicy still. Great music, lots of over 60s. I do quite like those programmes. I never used to mind watching them when I used to go and stay with my mum. She used to put them on her Freeview box, you know, the recording. And we used to sit and watch loads of them because I certainly didn't want to sit and watch me because she recorded me a lot from the craft store. So it's either watching me or those programmes. And I did actually enjoy them, and my dad loved them too as well. They're harmless, aren't they? They're the sort of dreaming about places you would like to live anyway. So that's my tree of knowledge, and Kira sitting. Really, she should have a parasol. She does look like the lamps on her head. So if she moves too suddenly, you know, if she's got one of those romantic comedies like the one I'm reading, and if she chortles too much, she's going to hit her head on the lamp. So note to self, don't put the lamp that close to Fairy. Larkins. What's a larkin? Is it a cake? If it's a cake, then yes, please. I like cake. No, I don't fancy going on a plane yet either. No, definitely not. So where are we at now? So we've got her reading the book. We want our sentiment coming in. I think we're only going to just manage the 2 this hour though, because I did say to Marie yesterday we might do 3, but really it's keeping within the hour if we can, or around about the hour, because I've shown you a background as well, haven't I? So let's get that sentiment in, and we haven't finished this yet. I mean, I definitely would colour that the tree in. You know, just the trunk, and then give the pages. I've been using, you know, the skin tone in the watercolour blending brush pen set 3. I've been using that to do the pages because it's like obviously it's a skin tone, but it's where the pages are slightly discoloured. And then generally the sort of bookends I've been and the front covers I've been doing in colours to coordinate. So I'd probably do a mix of pink and purple on that one. I'll probably colour it in at some point. I will definitely colour it in because it's a sample to have. Right, so there's our sentiment. You can find magic wherever you look. Sit back and relax. All you need is a good book, or a book. And that's very true, isn't it? You really lose yourself in a book, and you want, because the book I'm reading that makes me laugh, I got to the end of the first book and I thought, oh, I really want to know what's happening to these people, whether they end up together and all that sort of stuff. And I was really fortunate to find that there was the second book, so it's like, yay! Should we have a dandelion grass coming in there? Let's have a dandelion grass coming in there as well, because we can. I'm not actually trying to use every single stamp I've got, but I am using a few, obviously. So that's going to go there, like so, just off of the page. And I think we might bring a different colour in there. So my background's got lots of purple in it. So let's bring in, let's bring in, oh, do you want that one? Yes, let's bring in this one. This one's Purple Delight. Need to shut this up first. Don't ink the back of the stamp, Julia. I am quite tired still. I went on a cruise when I was 12. Because I went to school in the West Midlands. The West Midlands had, well, the schools generally had a boat that they used, and my school was able to join a cruise to, we started off in Venice, and we went down the Adriatic past Albania, and we went to Paphos. We went to Athens. Oh, we went to Israel before, to Jerusalem and Bethlehem before we went to Greece. So Paphos and Athens, and we went to, then we came back. So I think we went to Athens first and then Paphos. Then we came back up to Naples, which was a fantastic experience when you're 12-ish, I think I was. Yeah, it was great. Loved it. Right, so that's my dandelion grass. I'm not going to use my lily blooms on this one, but we do want to kind of finish off around the top. So I think on this one, I mean, this one is going to be a go-to, absolute go-to, your Willow Vines. But I think we're going to bring in, because we're dealing with blues and well, not blues, pinks and purples, I think we're going to use the cherry blossom branch on this one around the top. I mean, we could bring in, well, I'm not going to, but we could bring in your fairy Liana again. So you could bring in, this is the beauty of the printed acetate. We could bring in that and have that there, which would be rather lovely. That would work. And then you could perhaps have some vines around here. So there's lots you can do. Even if you do exactly the same, or you start doing the same layout, how you dress it up with your finishing touches. Well, I didn't use that, did I? My brain. I could have used that in the background. So next time I'll use that in the background and it'll be entirely different. Don't do Mr. M when he inked the wrong side of the stamp platform. I know, that was so funny, wasn't it? So funny. It's because we have so much going on in our brains that we forget what we're doing. Where's that block? That's the block I want. So again, I'm going to just stamp this off first so I can see that I'm actually stamping it off. And I'm going to go for that Purple Delight again so that we've got not too many different colours. And it's nice just to colour in the actual cherry blossoms. So, and if you were doing a bookmark, look, on my scrap piece here, look. If you were doing a bookmark, you could do this sort of thing. So you've got a cherry blossom at the top, fairy dictionary in the background. This is like a bonus, obviously we're not using this. So we could have another one just down here. Then you could bring in one of your sentiments. This is the relax one. Just as an idea for a bookmark. Oh, I don't want that colour. Or black. This is going to be black and purple. So you can see if I can get this straight. Okay, so that, you know, chop that down, mat and layer that. You got a bookmark. Win-win. Love these stamps. Absolutely love these stamps. Now, pick up the purple, Julia, not the black. I'm amazed that you can actually remember the name of the boat that you were on. What's it all about there? You're talking Norway, Iceland and Ireland and a cruise. My daughter wants to do the Norway cruise next year. I think that might be P&O that she's looking at actually. Right, so let's see. Let's go off like that first of all. So then we can bring in an extra little bit. I'm gonna ink it all because I always ink the wrong bit. So we can bring in. Let's see. We can join it up maybe. Fa 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 fa. Like that. So that kind of completes that corner rather than leaving it all. I did leave a gap there, which is a bit annoying. That's where you come and you ink around your edges. So let's have another one there, which should have fill in the gap, hopefully. Yes. We've got a little branch coming on there, so I've got to deal with that as well. Remember, this is Purple Delight we're using. And then just another little bit in the corner, just to frame it. think? So if you put that in my journal. Where's my journal? I'll put it somewhere. And there it is, hiding underneath that. So if we put that onto our black card, obviously I'll colour it in and ink around the edges, and then you've got another. You could actually bring in, I don't know what I've done with them, you could bring in some bunnies here. I think it'd be nice to have the bunnies just sat there. I'll see if I can find them at some point, and add those in before I actually glue it in. So I think that's it for today though. Obviously, like I say, I'll finish this off. So don't forget, the Fairy Hugs One Day Special launches on the craft store today at 6 p.m. And then we've got 8 p.m. and tomorrow 8, 12 and 4. And then the stamps go live on my website at the new collection goes live. The new 24 stamps go live at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, only for shipping to the UK, because I do not ship outside the country. So if you live outside the UK and if you don't actually buy them from the craft store, if you don't like the bundles that are on the craft store, then do go to fairyhugs.com and they will ship worldwide. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I will upload this to YouTube at some point. It might not be this afternoon, it might be, it might not be, but I will do it certainly tomorrow at the latest. No, I'm not. Who's skiing in Manchester? Oh right, okay, sorry. Yeah, so thank you for joining me, and I will see you on the telly box later. Thanks, bye.